Here's why most people never get rich. They're solving for the wrong thing entirely. By the end of this video, you'll understand why trying to save your way to wealth is a losing strategy. The one condition that makes becoming a millionaire inevitable. And most importantly, the mindset shift that actually creates lasting wealth. I'm Mike Brown, and after selling my own 8-figure investment firm and working with hundreds of entrepreneurs who have built and sold companies, I can tell you this: the path to wealth isn't what you think. Today, I'm gonna share the no BS truth about how the 1% actually build wealth and why most people are getting it completely wrong. But first, let me tell you about a billionaire who hired me as his coach. This guy had it all on paper. Private jet, multiple homes, he could literally buy anything he wanted. But he was miserable. His kids wouldn't talk to him, he was on his third marriage, and he couldn't trust a single relationship in his life because everyone wanted something from him. He was a billionaire, but he wasn't rich. And here's what I mean by that. Being wealthy and having money are not the same thing. You can be rich without a lot of money, and you can be completely broke with all the money in the world. This billionaire had mastered making money, but he had failed to cultivate true wealth, pushed away everyone who mattered in pursuit of more zeros in his bank account. He was feared in the boardroom, but he was completely alone in life. And this brings us to the first major truth about wealth. Money is just fuel. It's scaffolding that you can use to build true wealth, but it's not wealth itself. Now, let's talk about the one condition that makes becoming a millionaire inevitable. Here it is. You must make more than you spend. That's it. If this single condition is met consistently over time, becoming a millionaire is mathematically inevitable. The only variable becomes time. But here's where most people get it completely wrong. They focus on cutting expenses, trying to save their way to wealth. They clip coupons, they skip lattes, live like they're going broke, hoping that someday they'll be rich. And this is exactly backwards. The wealthy don't get rich by saving money. They get rich by focusing on increasing their income while keeping their expenses steady. That's how you create the gap that makes wealth inevitable. Which brings us to the most important principle. Your bank account will never outgrow your personal limitations. Let that sink in for a moment, because this is the key to everything. You can learn all the investment strategies, read all the books, follow all the gurus, but if you don't become the person who is capable of being wealthy, none of it will stick. I see this all the time with entrepreneurs. They hit a certain level of success, but they can't seem to break through to that next level. They're stuck in this endless cycle of making money and losing it, or they finally hit their income goals, but they still feel broke. Why? It's because they haven't addressed the underlying patterns that drive their relationship with money. So here's what the 1% understand that most people don't. The path to wealth isn't about the numbers. It's about becoming the person who is capable of being wealthy. So how do you do this? Well, there are 3 main principles. First, you got to master one thing that makes money. For most entrepreneurs, this is your primary business. This is your vehicle for creating outsized returns. Don't dilute your focus trying to create multiple streams of income. Get really good at one thing. I see this all the time. Business owners start making money in their business, then they go to invest everything they make into real estate or trading crypto. Here's the thing. To be a professional investor requires time and expertise. And more importantly, you're gonna lose along the way to building that expertise. It's part of the game. So the irony is that you've already paid your tuition with your business, and jumping into real estate is akin to starting over. It also diverts precious time and energy that could be used building the thing you've already have expertise doing, your business. There's a saying I love: a man with one watch knows the time, a man with 2 is never sure. What this means is that when you're trying to do too many things at once, you're actually engaging in self-sabotaging behavior that keeps you from being world-class at one. Here's the second principle. Keep your expenses steady as your income grows. Now, notice I didn't say cut expenses or live like a monk. Just don't let your spending increase at the same rate as your income. This naturally creates the gap that builds wealth. There are 3 ways to reach financial freedom faster. Make more, spend less, and reduce your taxes. Like I said, this doesn't mean you have to live like you're poor or drive a 10-year-old Prius. It's about mindful spending on the things that bring you joy and then ruthlessly cutting out the things that don't. I call this the Marie Kondo budget. You take your credit card statement, sort expenses from largest to smallest, then categorize each thing into 2 simple buckets. It either brings joy or it doesn't. And for the things that don't, cut them out unapologetically, starting with subscriptions. Remember, the goal isn't to eliminate to the point of suffering. It's just to be honest about what actually makes you happy. Third, and this is crucial, use your investments to protect wealth, not create it. Your business is your wealth creation vehicle, and your investments are to defend wealth. Your investments should be boring. They're there to keep you from losing what you've already built. Money is nothing more than a store of energy it took to make it. So every time you lose money on a risky investment, you've given away the energy that you've already expended for free. You may as well never have made it in the first place. The reality is there are only two paths to wealth. You can spend 40 years saving 10% of your income, investing in index funds, and eventually retire. That works, but it's slow. Or you can focus on pulling that timeline forward by creating asymmetric returns through your business while protecting your downside with smart investing. The choice is yours. But whatever path you choose, remember this: the real work isn't about the money. It's becoming the kind of person who can handle success. If you're ready to dive deeper into building real wealth, I've created something special for you. Click the link below and get my one-page wealth snapshot. It's the exact tool I use to help entrepreneurs bridge the gap between wealth and freedom. The one-page wealth snapshot is a financial freedom tool for busy entrepreneurs. It helps you make peace with money by answering simple but powerful questions like, what is my net worth? How safe am I if something bad happens? How close am I to being financially free? And more importantly, how quickly can I get there? When you know your numbers, you stop banking on hope. You can relax your body and your mind and stay focused on taking the right actions to get where you want to go. So the one-page wealth snapshot is my free gift to you. I hope it brings you clarity and peace. Hit subscribe, and if you want more no BS advice on building real wealth, I'll see you in the next video.